Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It is about 10 past 11. We are on Tuesday evening, the 9th of October, and we are here to give you an update about the Global Eye UK tour. I'm joined by Jason of the DISBURY family. He's back in the realm. He's on the panel with me tonight. I'm super chuffed to have him here with me. Harry and Chris UK have been traveling all evening. They're absolutely shattered. So me and Jason have given them the evening off to get some well-deserved rest so that they can get up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning and get back out on those streets and pop those red pills out. So Jason, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I really appreciate you being here, my darling. Thank you. And thank you for everyone in the chat room who's joining us this evening. We're just going to give you guys a little bit of time to join the hangout. I know that YouTube, I can't vouch for anyone else, but I have been seeing YouTube playing havoc with people's notifications, certain people not getting any notifications whatsoever. So thank you for everyone that's taking the time to join us this evening. We have got some exciting news for you. We've got a couple of exciting news bits to give you about the Global Eye Tour. An additional date and location has been put in. The tour is still going to culminate on the 3rd of November, but we'll leave that for further in down the road. We've got a clip to play you from Harry's live feed today in Inverness. A few interesting bits, and for those of you that didn't manage to catch the live today, we're going to give you a kind of match of the day version of flat smacking in Inverness today with some clips. What do you reckon, Jason?
Let's roll on. Let's go for it.
Lovely. Right. So hopefully Roxanne will get it right today, guys, with a bit of luck.
And not be sniped.
Yeah. It would be good. It would be good. Right. So I'm going to do that first. Put it there. And do that. Great. Present to everybody. And now that's on me. I'm just going to move that aside. I'm feeling good, guys, because that is not the whole link that I'm showing there. So I'm feeling good about that. Okay, so this is Inverness. I'm hoping that you can all see what I can see. Jason, can you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah. I've seen that man before.
I've seen that man too, Chris UK. So we're going to start at 13 minutes 12. And yeah, Jason, do you want to help me give a synopsis of what we're going to try and show people today with this live feed that they did?
Yeah, it kind of started off a little bit. I think there was something wrong with the feed or something. We were repeating quite a lot. We were there was a few technical problems with the feed, but we're just showing just a few clips of what we thought was pretty awesome stuff, you know, like from today. This one being the start of the first kind of triggered woman. You know, like this is the one that if I get right, this is the one where the woman she doesn't want to be filmed. Is that the one that we're talking about on this one? 13.
So yeah, 13. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go for it. Let's run this one and have a look.
Let's go, guys. Okay.
Oh no, I mean the shop's quite famous in Inverness, so they're probably thinking this is associated with it.
I'm very judgmental, I'm cynic, I'm impatient, I'm a gurney.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Anything to do with the slut guy. Slut planet guy.
Who's that? All right, is that the shop you're talking about?
You have been told. There we go. Still a third.
Yeah.
What's the point of it all?
Are you inquisitive?
No, I'm just saying, what's the point of it?
All right. Well, I don't like being lied to. Do you?
Yeah?
I don't like being lied to. Do you?
I don't like being assaulted by the police.
Oh.
I don't like being on your phone with you asking permission either.
Okay.
But you've got me in there without my permission.
Yeah, well, I think if you come forward to people already filming in public, then it's just.
Well, you don't have my permission to film.
Yes, it's illegally to film people in public though.
Well, you don't have my permission.
Well, okay, you said that. I'm just saying we're within our rights to film in public.
Well, I don't want to be, and I've got rights to refuse your permission.
You're under a CCTV camera right there, right now.
You don't have to tell me about cameras.
So you don't mind that one? You don't mind that one?
I mind yours, it's personal.
So why don't you mind that?
I mind yours, it's personal. You didn't ask.
No, I didn't ask, but I'm telling you that it's my right in a public place to film people.
I don't have the energy, but I'm saying to you that I don't give you
Yeah, you said
permission
that,
to film.
I'm telling you that you have the right to film people.
Well, I know the law, and I've got the right to
Well,
do so.
I write for the place that you can see the police statement
Oh,
stating
please.
what you're allowed to do with
It's
camera
a
in a public
different
place.
world for them. It's a whole different set of rules for them. Don't you know that? Yeah.
That's how we do. Yeah. But I'm saying I'm not doing anything illegal. No, I don't.
There's the glitch that
No,
Jason was talking about. There's the glitch that Jason was talking about. So yeah, I personally think she just got triggered. That was a trigger response, and it was just cheeky responses she was coming with, and I think that's a good representation of how people can be sometimes. It's just they're having the argument for the sake of it, right?
Yeah, especially quoting the law when she's wrong in quoting the law.
Yeah, it beggars belief. Beggars belief. So right now we're gonna go for bigging up the other guy that was out there today doing his own independent activism. Do we not say his name? Does he have a name? Do we know his name? Do we know who? Do we know?
I really can't remember what his name was.
I'm thinking he was offering £1,000.
That's the one. Yes, he was. Yeah, so yeah, he was offering £1,000 for anyone that can prove they live on the globe. I take it he's still got £1,000.
Yeah, he's got his red pill jacket on right there. He's ready to give it to them. I'll play it now, guys, so you can see a bit of it.
You do pick up little snippets from people that you're talking to. You know what I mean? You're always saying the same things. But people do say things that speaks on to other things.
Well, you do get a bit repetitive if you want to get the same message out and you keep it basic and keep it simple.
But you've got to say what is the major. I've got a page, I think it's still up, I'm offering £1,000 if anybody can give me their proof of a round ball. Oh, that's his proof of whatever, but their proof, and nobody got in touch with me.
Sure, just no, you're not, and they're not going to, are they?
No. And this is his banner as well. This is.
Yeah, brilliant banner. Absolutely brilliant. Really easy to read and comprehend, right?
Brilliant.
Nice little bit of gaffer tape holding it up there.
I just wanted to point out as well. I mean, like, there's a few of us that that go out, with our cameras, and we're posting to YouTube and to let people know what's happening, and with the activism, around the country and that, and around the world. But there is people out there that don't do any of this activism on YouTube, like this chap here. So just wanted to also, point out that these guys are here, day in, day out, and they're doing this activism, but they don't want any sort of notoriety, like on YouTube or anything. Like myself, I really couldn't care if I have any subscribers or anything. Not interested in all that side of it. But what I do want is.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why you think it's nonsense?
I think it's beyond reasonable doubt. His space is there. Look at the experiments. Look at the experiments students are doing by sending helium balloons up.
I remember this guy as well.
On that side of things.
Are you aware of the amateur balloons that go up to 21 miles high with a GoPro lens which tells them? But then they also have a wide-angle lens to show the complete flat horizon.
I ain't getting anything to be done with the lens, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think we have to research both sides of the argument rather than just accepting one body of evidence.
Very true.
Should be become informed.
I think to become informed when you start looking at the technologies in space, well, like your sat navs and things like that.
Yeah. Could I ask you how open-minded you are, say on a scale of 1 to 10?
Do I'm very much open-minded. I would say I'm 1 to 10.
Sorry, I'm just going to pause it right there, right? For those of you that watch this live today, you know what's about to happen here.
Oh,
but you heard it first. He said he was open-minded, didn't he?
Was it this guy? I thought it was the next guy.
No, both of them were just as bad as each other.
I mean, like the amount of people that are tens. Oh,
they're all tens to begin with, aren't they? All of them.
I'm a flat earther, and I can assure you I was certainly not a 10.
Shout out to Ruben in the chat room, 10, lol. You know what? It's so accurate, yeah? He started this conversation. We were going to just jump straight to the next one at 36 minutes, but I do think, Jason, this is a good representation for how it can go from 100 to 0 real quick. And he can go from being the most open-minded person ever to speak to, in fact, to know he's not. So if everyone's all right with that in the chat room, and you are, Jason, I'm just going to play on a little bit because the next clip we've got is at 36 minutes. I'll just play a couple of minutes of this guy just so they can see how he goes from level 10 openness to the next.
At the end of the day, you know, I think it's been beyond reasonable doubt the space is there.
Okay, let's say I'm a child coming into the world, and I want you to tell me that we're on a ball. I ask, well, what's the number one proof that you can convince me I live on the ball?
And you're not going to do it when you're actually on that scale. You can't do that. You can't possibly turn around and say that unless you've got evidence to back it up.
Yes. So what evidence would you have to back up that you live on a spinning ball?
Do you know if evidence has been provided going into space? Do you know about evidence? Do you know satellites?
Yeah, but you know Hollywood can show you anything and make it look real.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So how do we know that's real then?
The technology we use to this day, you know, when you start using sat phones, for instance.
Sorry?
Sat phones.
Yeah.
To be able to use technology. Something needs to be up.
Yeah, that sounds completely logical to me. But how do I know they're actually in space?
So you think maybe they're just floating up above your head on a flat surface.
Yeah. Are you aware of the satellite that fell to the ground in Brazil last year?
It's been a few.
They're attached to high altitude balloons.
Yep, without doubt. Do you know that's what they're planning using to produce Wi-Fi across South Africa?
So how do I know they're actually in space then? And why have they got balloons attached to them if they're going to space?
No, those ain't going into space. Those type of
okay, they're designed for higher atmosphere. Okay, so the ones that are in space, how could you prove to me they're actually in space?
How can you prove to me they're not in space?
But with all due respect, you're making a claim that there are satellites in space.
But you're making a claim that's F's flat.
Oh, well, we can get to that, but if somebody's making a claim there's a satellite in space, then I would have to ask, is it not logical to ask for some before I believe it?
Do you know, without doubt, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
I don't think it's good to question things.
Do you know? Completely agree.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so I'm only asking for proof of thing now.
I can't possibly turn around and prove 100%.
No.
As real.
Exactly.
Unless I jump on some sort of, you know.
So to be honest to say then, your information about that is secondary information, not primary.
Of course it is.
Right.
In the same as most things in life.
Yeah, so therefore it's a belief, it's not a scientific process. You have a belief that people are telling you the truth.
No, I disagree with that side of things. You know, back again to the point of religion, is God real or not? You know, that's a belief. Yeah. You know, so whether scientifically is a space out there, scientific is different. It's been proven.
But surely, if we can't prove something, then it becomes but you're saying it's proof. Now I'm only asking for that. Where can I find that proof?
Yeah. Well, that comes down to unless you jump up and find it yourself, you're not going to. No. So you're going to have to take other people's words.
Yeah.
You have the technology and ability to give you that.
So I must believe that they're telling me the truth.
You know, the same as when you go to a doctor and the doctor says you've got such and such a condition. You have to believe the doctor. Now he's giving you evidence. He's giving you proof. You know, you do have this condition. You do have this disorder. This is the medication you're going to have.
If there's
you trust
evidence,
your doctor, yes. No, that's evidence the doctor's providing you.
No, I don't always trust my doctor because it can be
but
misdiagnosis.
Of course, without a doubt. But you take on his expert opinion. But if he says, look, you would require this medication because you have this condition, then you take that. You know, is that just taking on faith?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean to say that we have to take on everybody's point without any proof.
No, but you're chopping and choosing who's.
Well, that's very personal to my own health, so I can go away and wait to see if there's any condition that appears and verify that, or
well, you may not always see a condition appear.
Well, then I won't get ill then.
Yeah.
If I get ill, then the doctor was right. I did have a condition.
I think your definition is of illness. What's an illness? Just feeling a bit tired, feeling a bit run down. Feeling a bit stiff. Is that an illness? Is that
I wouldn't have to go to the doctor for that.
I don't know. It depends if it's last more than a couple of weeks. You'd want to go to the doctor.
Anyway, I think it's straight to the point of being told lies about where we live. When you and I were about 5 years old, we probably believed in Santa and the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Now we go into the classroom and they tell you and me, we live in this spinning ball with water going around it. And we believe it without question. We may have a couple of questions and they tell us gravity. They could tell us cabbage for all we know about that, because our critical thinking hasn't developed.
Of course.
But now, here you are. How old are you, mind me saying?
I do not 41.
41. With your own independent critical thinking. I'm going to ask you, and please be honest with yourself, if you're going to respond with a programmed response or you're going to respond with a knowing. How can water conform to the exterior of a ball?
So the earth spins, and from that spinning motion, earth.
Did you hear the silence? It was like a deathly silence. He had to really pause for a minute and think of the lunacy of how that sounds, water conforming to the exterior of a ball. At that point, I feel like he knew he was already in way deep. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, that's right. He just, you get to a point where you know that they've got nowhere to go with it other than recite the regurgitation, isn't it?
Yeah. So the next clip we've got now is at 36 minutes. I'm just going to go right in and play that for everybody. Okay. So here we go, 36 minutes in.
Also, I'm just reminding the public and asking them the response. If you think it's actually a response, just film it on my YouTube channel. What do you think of it?
Go on, Tara, you tell him.
Right.
I'm quite puzzled. You're puzzled? Oh, that's good. It means you're inquiring and you're asking questions. May I ask you what you're puzzled by?
Just the whole thought science.
Did you know about the scientific experiments that prove the Earth doesn't move?
I mean, I'm just interested that there are so many opportunities for, I don't know, for groups like yourself to question what, you know, science has been working on.
Don't you think you should question things?
I know, but I mean, it's a bit beyond reason. You're saying that Galileo was rubbish, and the Egyptians who measured the curvature of the Earth in 2000 BC. Are you saying that's all nonsense, and that the calculation that
that's before
the calculations involved in people sending rockets to explore Mars, to go outside the solar system.
But how do you know that's real, though? That rockets go, how do you know that's real that rockets go to Mars?
Well, how do I know it's real? I'm standing on this ground. I mean,
this is reality.
This is just, I mean, to me, this seems quite difficult.
It's only people asking questions and asking for proof of claims. The claim is that gravity can hold water to a
so was Isaac Newton was Isaac Newton wrong?
Well, I think the winners write the history books.
Was Isaac Newton wrong? Was the whole kind of history of physics is just garbage? Which is based on.
I never said the whole. I'm saying.
Which is based on how things shape up under gravity.
Yeah, but,
you know, F equals TMM over R.
That's a clear equation, but gravity.
No, it's not. I mean,
gravity that holds water ball has never been proven, and that's why it's called. Well, could you recite any proof that the gravity can hold water to a ball? You haven't proven that. That's why it's called the theory of gravity.
Gravity is a universal force between.
Because
Cavendish in the 17th century conducted an experiment with two balls.
Yes, he did. Right? 2 lead balls hanging in his barn.
And if you've got
why is that a particular experiment, Henry Cavendish? Why has that never been repeated anywhere?
It has been repeated.
Where?
Well, I mean, that's a silly question.
It's not a silly question. I'm asking for evidence.
Well, you look in any scientific institute and you'll see it. And you read any scientific.
Where has that been demonstrated for the public to see?
It's been demonstrated in Edinburgh. When I've taken kids to the Royal Society of Edinburgh, there have been explanations I've taken kids to Harriet Walk, and we've looked at the
Sorry, you're getting very emotional about this.
It's just,
aren't people entitled to different opinions?
No, I think that if you've got a huge push to say that the whole history of the BC,
I didn't say the whole.
the history. I mean, this is fundamental. I mean, I'm not saying that Newton was right, but the whole sense that there was a rational approach to stuff, right, was reinforced by Copernicus, and then Galileo,
but then
and the study.
But since then, I'm trying to tell you about scientific experiments that the Earth doesn't move, and you're closing your ears off to that. See, I'm open-minded to what you're saying, but you're not being open-minded at all.
Because it's like somebody saying there is. Let's be balanced about climate change.
These are peer-reviewed.
What's your opinion on
I'll tell you
change?
in a minute. These peer-reviewed scientific experiments were conducted, 3 different experiments that proved and concluded that the Earth does not move. Why don't you know about those? That's not me saying that. That's scientific literature.
I mean, that's the same. Your argument is the same as people say it. Let's be balanced about climate change. Let's be balanced about...
You've put a lot of words in the
No, I mean, I'm just saying that it's in the same sense of, you've got your truth and I've got my truth. I believe
No. Truth is not your truth or my truth. Truth is just truth.
Right, well, I agree.
Right, so it's not my perception of it, it's not your perception of it, it's truth. And I'm trying to tell you that water going round a ball has never been proven. Science should be demonstrable, repeatable, and measurable.
I mean, the scientific explanation for tides, and as such, it took a long time to get the kind of exactly or close to exactly how gravity.
So, are you open to having your beliefs and ideas questioned?
Of course, but I mean, not at that level.
Not at that level. I think it should be questioned at all levels.
No.
Otherwise, we might be following a lie then.
No, I don't think so. So how does it? It's just like the people. It's just like say talking to the people on the other side of the street, Jehovah's Witnesses, and saying there's no such thing as evolution. There's no such thing as genetics. There is a huge body of evidence.
So do you talk to them?
Sorry?
You talk to them?
Well, I mean, you can say hello, but I mean, it's like somebody at you, a lady who said, oh yes, the ark was found in Arab.
Okay.
And there's no...
I don't mean to be offensive, but you're sounding to me like Jehovah's Witnesses because you're cemented in your beliefs and you're not willing to be open to listen to something new.
So, well, all the best.
Okay, thank you.
Brilliant. Next one we've got.
Yeah, it's like knocking your head on wood with people like that.
It is. You just feel like he go around, isn't it?
You're just not going to get anywhere with someone like that. I mean, like he is the pinnacle of closed-mindedness.
Yeah, the absolute pinnacle. The next clip we've got lined up for everybody is, well, we all had our opinions in the chat room, didn't we? For those of you that were there on the live, you'll have seen what was going on in the chat room. We all had our own opinions. This guy rocked up at about 57 minutes, looking very, very confident. I want everybody to pay attention to quote unquote what this guy reckons he's going to do right here, right now. End of. Put this case to bed. Am I right, Jason? He was pretty confident.
He was confident.
I mean, at one point, I thought we were going to be blown away here. I mean, he is who he says he is. He does what he says he does.
I was nearly going to be a global believer again. I was nearly. He had me convinced.
The whole chat room felt like a Premiership football manager on the borderline of getting relegated. I could not move. I literally was, I hope everyone can hear the sarcasm in my voice there. But yeah, I think we'll fire away and we'll play this. And yeah, I think this speaks for itself. So sit back and enjoy the show, guys, because you're going to see this guy go full 360. Watch this.
So what's your initial response?
I'm not sure that the Earth is flat, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. We're living in a spinning ball. Well, in fact, I know we don't. So do you think you live on a heliocentric model or globe Earth?
Yes.
Yeah. And could I ask you why you think that?
I don't know what to say. I know that there are many channels on the YouTube saying that the Earth is flat.
Yeah. Okay. It's growing so rapidly.
Yes, I know, but because you know, with all the fake news there are now.
Yes, yeah. But what if I said to you the fake news is what you've been told by the mainstream media?
You know, I'm a pilot.
You're what, sorry?
I'm a pilot.
You're a pilot?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. I've been waiting to meet one on the street. Fantastic. Okay. Could I ask you honestly, when you're flying, can you see the curvatures there?
I can.
Right.
Yeah.
And have you got any evidence that you've seen the curvature there?
Yes.
Can you show me?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. This is going to be a first.
No, I'm not sure I have pictures, but...
Okay, not quite sure what's happened there, guys. Sorry about that. Just need to get that back off. There, is everybody still there? Are you there? Have you gone? Okay, guys, give me 1 sec just to backtrack where we are with this. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. Hold on. Yeah. Bear with me, guys. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, so let me just try and refresh it.
You need to tell Ray to get off his Xbox.
He must be on it or something. I don't know what's happened there. Or maybe they realise we're sharing this content and this guy doesn't want to be shared or something. I don't know. But yeah, just bear with me. Sorry, it's just gone back to the beginning again. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second to just bring it back up to speed. Sorry about that, guys. Bit of technical difficulties there. Bear with me. I've got absolutely no explanation for that. Sorry, guys.
So the curvature is...
Really? Is that what's good right now? I've not really got anything else open. Sorry, guys.
So if I was flying level on the ball, I'd go from space, would I not?
Yeah, but you have so many principles that you can explain because the Earth is not flat. You know, the winds, the currents, and the ocean and so on cannot happen if the Earth is flat.
Why not?
Because you have like the Coriolis force. It's when the pressures, you have high pressure to low pressure. When the air mass is moving from high to low pressure, it does not go straight line.
So why could we not have that on the flat Earth?
Because you have many pictures and you have
okay, but I would ask, are pictures proof of anything?
You know the French astronaut Thomas Pesquet? He went to space, took so many pictures.
Well, that's pictures, but they're not proof of anything. But as my friend in the chat just said, a gyroscope doesn't rely on gravity to work, does it?
Yeah, no. You just keep the position in the space.
So gravity has no effect on a gyroscope. So then, why are we calculating the degree of curvature without using a gyroscope with gravity affecting it?
I don't know what to answer to this, but
this guy reckons he's a private pilot, yeah?
If flying to USA and the Earth is spinning eastwards.
Jason, have I gone past where he shows the picture?
Yes, you have.
Oh, God, you know what? That's like the whole crux of what it is I'm trying to show.
That's great.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Is that where it froze? Guys, this is the curve.
You could pause it there.
Yeah. Okay. You see the curve, everyone?
There you go. Look at that. I mean, I'm convinced that that's a curved globe, isn't it? Is it?
This was the curve that he brought the conversation to a halt to tell Harry, there's no point in you wasting your time. I've got a picture of the curve on my phone.
I mean, how many times has this guy ever looked at this photograph? You know, like, I mean, is that the most ridiculous thing? So he's going around totally convinced that he sees the curvature based on that.
That's what he said. That was borderline quote unquote. That's what he said. I'm a private pilot. I fly much higher than commercial planes do. So I've seen the curve. I see it all the time. I've got plenty of pictures of it on my phone. I can show you right here, right now. That's what he pulls out.
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange, isn't it?
I mean,
looking at those pictures in the address bar below, you can see he's got 2 pictures of the horizon there, hasn't he?
Yeah, but was only willing to show us one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can see that it's so you know, he didn't take any other pictures. It is a straight it's a strange angle, like what Ruben just said then. You know, like, it's a strange angle to take a photograph of the horizon. You know, like, normally you would take your phone horizontally and take a picture that way, wouldn't you? Would you?
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Quite an odd one, isn't it?
And be it that he's a pilot, I'm just asking, is that where a pilot would be, or what is that sticking out the front there? Isn't that, what is that? That's not a picture from the cockpit, is it?
I don't know. Some planes have other bits hanging out on the front, don't they? You know, like more of the concept planes. You know, it was a bit strange. I didn't realize he said he was a private pilot and that, and that he gets up to about, what did he say, about 45,000 feet?
Yeah.
I thought that was extremely high for you know, like, for the smaller planes. So I didn't realize they go up that high.
Well said. As Ruben said, he's trying to force the curve.
Yeah.
The ballers have many tricks, like camera lenses, curving things, and it doesn't need to be a fisheye lens. It's inherent, or else the lens wouldn't focus on anything. Got Richie B, he's having a good laugh at that. He must be imagining a curve into it mentally. No one's Flower Nora says that. It looks like it might be from passenger's seat, LOL.
Yeah.
The light, he's looking at the small sunlight. Well said, Marilyn. Good observation. And pictures don't count for flat or curved. Why? Because lenses are curved, and because the environment, and causes the environment to be curved. Looks pretty flat to me. Just a cloud horizon. Yeah, good job, guys. And that's where we were coming from with this. It was absolute poppycock that he came on there and he was so confident, so confident. He just knew his stuff, and he was going to shut us all up within minutes, and that's what we got. So I'll play on a little bit more because we've got to hear the rambling that goes on here. And I'll leave it like this because for everyone's entertainment, have a look at the chat room at the same time. You can see what the chat room is saying as well.
Yeah. This photo is taken at an angle.
Yes. Yeah, just
okay. I'm looking at it, but I can't see curvature.
No, because it's too short.
It's too short.
He says no because it's too short, but he just said seconds ago that he was going to show us a curved picture, and now it's not curved because it's too short. So you've just got to imagine the curve, like Ruben said. He's forcing it. He's forcing us to try and visualize something that's not there. Insane.
Yeah, it's too short. Yeah, but when you are above the Atlantic, 45,000 feet.
Okay. With all due respect, I didn't say any truth. The YouTube picture of the curvature. You said you took the curvature.
I don't have on this phone. I have it.
Okay, but that's flat level
yes.
to me.
No, but I have very good pictures of the curvature. Yes, and I have a friend of mine. He has flown plane to 60,000 feet.
When you're flying around the Earth, do you take the Earth's curvature into consideration when you're flying?
Yes, of course.
And how do you take that into consideration?
You know, when you fly from Europe to the US,
yes,
you don't fly over the Atlantic, you fly over the North Pole because the distance is much shorter. Okay. You don't fly in a straight line.
But do you use a gyroscope? A gyroscope?
Well, instruments we have on board now are based on the gyroscope principle.
Yeah. Yeah. And artificial horizon?
Yeah.
Okay. So the plane flies more or less level.
Mm-hmm.
So if I flew level on the ball, should I fly up in space?
I don't know exactly what to say because English is not my mother tongue. So
where are you from?
France.
Whereabouts?
So,
I just want to point out, he just starts bringing up his language when he has difficulty trying to think of a decent answer. Do you notice that? It's like now he's going, oh, well, language barrier there. Not really good with my English. Been doing pretty good so far. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, that's right.
Whereabouts in France?
you know, we are based in Geneva. We are in Geneva.
But for me, that's logical. If I'm flying on a ball, it's only 24,900 miles circumference. So the curvature is 8 inches per mile squared. So if I was flying level on the ball, I'd go into space, would I not?
Yeah, you have so many principles that you can explain because the Earth is not flat. You know, the winds, the currents, the ocean and so on cannot happen if the Earth is flat.
Why not?
Because you have like the Coriolis force. It's when the pressures, you have high pressure to low pressure. When the air mass is moving from high to low pressure, it does not go straight line.
So why could we not have that on a flat Earth?
Because you have many pictures and you have
okay, but I would ask, are pictures proof of anything?
You know the French astronaut Thomas Pesquet. He went to space, took so many pictures.
Well, that's pictures, but they're not proof of anything. But as my friend in the chat just said, a gyroscope doesn't rely on gravity to work, does it?
Yep, no. Right. You just keep the position in the space.
So gravity has no effect on a gyroscope. So then, why are we calculating the degree of curvature without using a gyroscope with gravity affecting it?
I don't know what to answer to this, but
if I was flying to the USA and the Earth is spinning eastwards on the equator at 1,000 miles an hour, how fast do you
900.
Okay, that's quite fast.
Kilometers per hour,
yeah, if you're flying in, say, a private aircraft, a lot slower, maybe 300-400 miles an hour, I'm going against a spin of 1,000 miles an hour. And I'm flying the other direction at 300 miles an hour. I would never reach my destination because I'd be going with the spin, wouldn't I? But no.
Yeah.
That'd be impossible, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't argue more on this.
Okay. One other question. Yeah. If I want to fly down to Australia and I'm at the North Pole, how does my plane get from North Pole to Australia without going upside down?
How
can my aeroplane fly from North Pole down to Australia without going upside down?
Well, you just, I don't know, you probably fly through.
But we're on a ball, remember? If you were the ball Earth and I move back from you and I go into the International Space Station and I look back with the telescope, I would have to see planes at every conceivable angle, upside down, pointing upwards, pointing downwards, would I not? And that's your scientific observation. But that's never been shown, ever.
Yeah, it's not because it has never been shown that it's not real, you know?
It's not real.
No,
it's not real because I think we're on a flat stationary plane. We're not on a ball. There should be evidence to show that airplanes flying at different angles. But that's never been shown. Also, you know, you can see for miles when you're up there in the sky. You should be able to see buildings leaning backwards due to the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
But no video or photograph has ever shown a building in the distance leaning backwards. You've not seen that, have you?
Nervous laugh.
We have the Suez Canal, 100 miles long. Canals operate due to the level of water, consistent level throughout 100 miles. That would be impossible in a ball. Would it not?
I don't. How come?
The Danyang Bridge in China, longest bridge in the world, 100 miles long. How can that be on a ball? It's 8 inches per mile squared.
Yeah, but you know the Earth's perimeter is like 40,000 kilometers. So on 100 kilometers, you cannot see that much the curvature of the Earth.
Well, according to the trigonometry we should do, the longest photo ever taken is 273 miles, and you can see the horizon, distant horizon there. Now, that horizon should actually be 3 miles below the horizon.
Not that much. Not that much. Such a short distance.
Well, 73 inches, well, 8 inches per mile squared for the first mile, and then 73 inches by the third mile. And that increases greatly due to the mathematical equation of 8 inches per mile squared. Now, if I can see a lighthouse 15 miles away, 60 foot high, I shouldn't be able to see that. It should be below the curvature. But we can see things, you should be able to see. You especially can see things at that height, far, far into the distance. Now, it's only 45,900 miles in circumference. If you do the mathematical equations for that, you have to see evidence of curvature at that height. If you look at amateur balloons going up to 21 miles high, and they show you a 360 turn of the Earth, and it's completely flat. NASA show you pictures with a GoPro lens, which curve everything.
We'll not have the same opinion on this.
No, but is there any way, any possibility that you could be wrong about the shape of the Earth?
Yeah, you consider to go once in space or go to Cap Kennedy, Florida.
Do you think they would let me go to space?
Maybe.
I don't believe anybody's been to space. I don't believe there's an international space station up there. I don't believe they went to the moon. I don't believe anybody's in rockets that go to space.
Yeah, well said,
That's all
Harry.
an illusion. Just like Hollywood shows you. Hollywood showed you a film called Gravity, which it looks real, looks amazing. It can make anything look real in television. But I would say to you, although you're saying you think you've seen the curvature, many pilots have flown for years have told me they've never seen the curvature. Now, I think we're socially conditioned to expect to see the curvature because we've been brought up with that. Yeah. And you'd have to respect the fact that you didn't prove to me you had a photograph showing curvature.
Yeah, well,
that was completely flat.
I know the good one, but yeah.
Well, are you going to continue flying?
Yes, of course.
Do you think you could take a video evidence of that curvature and send a link to my YouTube channel?
Yeah, give me your.
Okay, I certainly will. Because don't get me wrong, I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be following a lie. So if somebody can prove to me we're on a ball, then I'll check this flat Earth thing out the window.
How many people are looking for the video? 150. And what do you think about that?
Well, I think they'd all be very similar to me.
Harry was so polite with how he said that. He did not want to start repeating what people were saying in the chat room.
Because we should things and question what we're told, shouldn't we? Do you think we should question things that we're told?
Did you hear that? Harry said, do you not think we should question the things that we're told? And the guy looks vacantly going, no,
Yeah.
we should question what we're.
That was a terrible answer, wasn't it? Terrible
answer. And I think that's going to be reflected in the chat room in a second, where we were all just a bit stunned with that. Like, really? You're not going to question anything you're taught? Anything?
That's the worst of all answers, that was.
I think that was a first for me. I don't think I've heard a worse answer than that. I can't stress that enough. I don't know what the chat room thinks about that, but that was definitely a big no-no for me. I was like, wow, you're not even questioning anything, mate. Nope.
You don't think we should be questioning things?
On this topic, no.
Would you tell your children not to question the large, common accepted, supposedly facts of reality? Would you tell your children not to question that?
No, not on this topic.
Right?
Yeah,
not on this topic.
No.
But shouldn't science be open to being challenged, being questioned?
But of course, yeah, we always. This is why we are humans. We are always looking for something new.
Yes,
this is humans.
But we won't get there if you deter people from asking questions.
How do you explain as well? Thank you. I have a telescope at home, and when I look to the moon, why can I see the sphere? Why the moon is not flat, for instance?
So you can see the sphere through your telescope?
Yeah, of course. You go to the point on the moon and you see a sphere, of course. You see the moon. When you look outside, you look at the moon. Why the moon is not flat as well?
How do you do that? Because I can't see in 3D. I can only see like in 2D, where it's just one side. I can't tell it's a sphere.
Yeah, but it's not flat. It's flat.
No, I don't.
It's in 2D.
But I only see a circle.
look at this picture, it's a cycle.
Yeah, it is. It's also a flat picture you're looking at. So how do I know the moon's not flat, just a disc shape?
Because of your satellites that went behind the moon.
Yeah, but how do we know that's real, though?
You can ask anything. Is it real? Is this study real?
With all due respect, I don't have to ask you we're real.
Yeah.
It's a self-evident truth for two entities here talking. Is that not?
Yeah.
So we don't need to believe that. It's a self-evident truth.
Yeah.
It's a self-evident truth that fire is hot and water is wet. It's not a self-evident truth that there are satellites in space going around the moon. That's not a self-evident truth. That's a belief system because they cannot prove that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So if you cannot prove it, then it becomes a belief system. A leap of faith, believing that what you're being told is true, but yet we can't prove it. Now, science should be able to be demonstrable, repeatable, and measurable. It cannot produce a working model of water going around it.
And if once you have the chance to go in space and see that the Earth is
absolutely.
How will you react about this?
If I got a chance to go into something which is real, say space, if it was real, and I was in the spaceship looking back at Earth and I see the spinning ball, of course I would say I was wrong. I've already said I was wrong once, believing in the ball.
So maybe you can do anything possible to.
But it's only a select few who go to space for a reason.
I know, but this is why you have to believe.
No, I don't have to. No, I don't have to believe. No, I can put things on pending until I have evidence that are real.
But maybe you can start to go to the NASA website.
Can I just show you two pictures here? You can go to the NASA website and download these images. Have you heard of Robert Simmons? Yes. He creates these images. It's 2012, 2013. If you look at the size of America compared to the following year, it shows that these two images cannot be correct.
It's the same or it's not the same position. You go if you YouTube, go on the ISS live channel, and you can see the ISS. You welcome the ISS, and you can see the ISS.
So why can we not see 24/7 live feed of a spinning ball Earth?
I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, people asking questions would be easy to prove that, but that shows you their Photoshop. Do you think that looks real? Using a critical eye, do you really think that's real? How can you see all that blueness from space through all the atmosphere and clouds?
It's just a question of light. We can see because of the reflection of the light.
Well, you know, I admire your conviction towards NASA, but it's all second-hand information. Yes, this jump from space. Now you can see a curved lens from inside the capsule. It's showing you a wide-angle lens.
This is much higher distance than what you see here.
I love that, using the banners for representation, visual representation. It's brilliant. That's an excellent banner.
This must be a few hundred miles at the very, very least. Right, we should see it sloping at either end over that degree of Earth. According to the curvature figures of Earth, you should see that sloping at either end by thousands of feet. And it's always flat level. And I would put to you, you've never actually seen the curvature. It's always level. Now, this man here says we can't go back to space. Don Petty says, sorry, we can't go back to the moon, he said.
Yeah, he's fighting for the globe inside. You can feel it, you can see it. But, he's got nowhere to go. He's got no answer.
That's why he's still hanging around, isn't it? It's almost like that's what, because he's still trying to find the narrative that he can push that's okay for him, and he's just not getting it.
Yeah, I think I think Harry's sold him on a red pill there, and he will investigate more. I'm convinced on it. His ego is getting the better of him. He's trying to score points, isn't he?
Yes.
You know, but
Harry bring that up with him at one point? Harry did mention that, didn't he? He said, you know, I should be able to discuss this with you. We shouldn't have any egos in the way. And he did kind of agree with that at some point.
Yes.
If I wanted to show you proof, would I show you a proof?
And he was still generally, polite, and so it was a good talk with this guy.
So you guys want to see more of that particular segment of that, go to John Smith Globalize channel, hit the Inverness video and have a look at that, because that conversation actually goes on to about 1:20, doesn't it? Yeah. It does go on for quite a while. But we've given you a nice synopsis of that bit there. And if Jason, if you're right with it, I'll move on to the next bit, because the next bit gets a bit Inspector Clouseau, doesn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, 00.
Harry, 007 out in Tenerife. You've got a good run for your money here with Harry.
I found this bit excruciating.
The thing is, me and Jason were just saying before we went live, see if the guy had actually clicked on a live. Well, we'll show everyone the clip and then we'll say it after. How about that? Yeah. So everyone, sit back, brace yourselves, because
first of all, we'll let you in of what's actually happening. The guy who's just been speaking to, Harry's not convinced that he may or may not be genuine, so we want to just check him out a little bit further.
Is this a first? I think it is a first of its kind, this kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, have a look, guys. Watch this. Oh, this is great. Because he's still there, isn't he? He's still looking at the banners at that point.
All right, that's it, behind the post, is it?
Behind the post, guys. So the pilot's still behind the post, dressed in black, just there on the left of the screen, still looking over the banners. Harry's in the bit that they're standing in.
Yeah, Harry's covertly hiding.
Now he's off. He's slowly moving off to the stairs. Chris is having a little word with that guy there in the blue top, and the pilot guy is now walking up the steps.
Yeah. Now, we kind of thought, the guy's looking at something, so he could be actually looking at the live stream.
Oh my gosh, I've just thought of that now as well. What if? Oh, Christ!
He's looking at his phone or something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely looking at something.
So, I mean, does he actually look round? I don't know. Oh God.
So here we go, guys. Oh, Harry. Still got eyes on the target.
Well, it's having a good look at my card I give him.
Yeah, you think it's his card. It is actually, he's looking at the live stream, Harry. Yeah. Yeah.
The afterthought.
See where he's going.
Agent Harry in a full effect now. Let's see where he's going. Harry was moving quite quick as well, Harry.
Looking at that, he's moving, isn't he?
He's moving. He's moving.
Watch out. He has a little peek round. He's got Tara with him, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Tara has a little look first.
For me. Oh dear, Harry, what are you like? Outside Able Kids Press. Target still. I'm still on target. What are you like, Harry?
It's like, where are you going, Harry? How far are you going to take this? It was excruciating.
It was at this point right here. I thought that guy was the guy for a start, and it's not. It's the guy in front. And when Harry got here, I was like, if he turns around now,
yeah, I think that is him still.
If he turns around now, like he's going to be like, "What are you doing, mate?" And that's at that point. I was just like, "Oh wow, this guy's going to end up turning around. This is going to end up being an interesting scenario."
Yeah, look. Oh dear.
He's still looking, like Harry's saying. Yeah, he's still looking.
Yeah, looking at his phone.
The end result of getting red pilled.
He's texting the police now. He said there's some guy who's following me.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely walked off having a good gander. It was either the video he was looking at, the channel, or the card. It was one of them.
Well, sorry, it was different. It is a first of Flat Earth. I've not seen a little bit of 007 going on.
Yeah, big time. So, and it was an afterthought. Harry hung around for a little bit and then went, actually, come on, let's just see where he's going. We don't do with everyone we interact with, guys. It was just that, come on, it's not every day you interact with someone that claims to be a private pilot and he reckons he's going to show you curvature, then doesn't show you curvature, and then, I don't know. What do you reckon, Jason?
I don't know. You know my feelings, you know, like on shields, trolls, and all of that. I kind of like, I don't care. I'm just not interested, because I kind of think if there is such agents, shields, and all that, you know, like, bring it on. As long as you're offering some goodies as well, then I don't care.
And this is the other guy, the guy that went. So we'll give everyone. This is the last clip, guys, that we're going to show you from this content that was from today. So I'll play straight away.
Oh yes, that's right. I remember.
Having a good look, isn't he? Fully absorbing it, drinking it all in.
That's a great banner, that one. I like that one.
I do too. Like it a lot.
Do you mind me filming? Why? For my YouTube, just filming people's responses.
I've no idea why it's so quiet. I think Harry's talking a little bit away from the.
So you think it's what? Okay, can I ask you why you think
that's a bit better now?
Because there's no way in the laws of physics it could work.
This is the open-minded guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Satellites, they can't fly around something that's flat. They take pictures of the Earth is spanning around. So I can't see how it could be that.
Okay. And may I ask you how you know it's a globe?
How do I know it's what?
A globe.
I've seen pictures of them.
Okay. And how open-minded would you say you are on a scale of 1 to 10?
Open-minded?
Yeah.
Very open-minded.
10? Okay. So what if I said to you those are not real photographs of Earth?
I think you'd be cynical.
Okay. Are you being open-minded though?
Yeah.
Okay. See those two pictures of Earth there? Yeah, in the middle. Now, they're presented to us each year by NASA. Robert Simon, who works for NASA, is a data visualizer. Yeah. He produces those, and you can listen to them on a radio show. You can Google it. He says they're not photographs. He says, because I produced them in a Photoshop. Yeah. So we have no real photographs of Earth as a ball.
What would be the point?
Yep.
What would be the point of producing that?
Okay, but before we run away with that, can we just say with the fact that I'm just trying to show to you, you said photographs are proof. I'm trying to.
It's still round. It's not square.
Yeah, but it's not a photograph. It's a Photoshop.
Still round.
Yeah, but what you're seeing is not reality. It's a Photoshop.
Why make it round then? Why not make it triangle or square?
Because they want you to believe you live in a globe.
Why?
Well, there's plenty of reasons why, but I'm not the one lying to you. I'm just trying to point out the fact that we've been brainwashed to think that we live in a spinning ball when we don't.
It's just common sense.
Okay, if we discuss common sense. If you please answer this question without it being a program response to what they've told you. At 5 years old, we believed in Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy. We go into a classroom. Well, I did. I don't know about you. And they told us we live on a spinning ball, and we believe that straight away. Now, as an adult with critical thinking, I'm asking you, without giving me a program response, how can water conform to the exterior of a ball? Now, is that a program response?
It's an educated response.
And how is that an educated response? Can you explain that?
Because I know about physics.
But can you prove that gravity can hold water to a ball?
I can prove that gravity holds any living thing, any matter.
Okay, right. I don't mean to be challenging. I'm just asking for proof because I don't believe it myself. So how can we prove that gravity can hold water to a ball?
Because we don't float.
Yes, but I will say to you, your body weight, your density is heavier than the atmosphere, so you don't float anywhere. A helium balloon is lighter, so it will float.
Eventually it will.
So we don't need to theory of gravity to describe why things are stationary.
What you're doing is analysing the whole law, all the laws of physics, to accommodate your idea that the Earth is flat.
Well, it's not an idea; it's a self-evident truth. It's flat.
Well, I think you'd have to prove it.
Okay. Have you ever seen the curvature of the Earth?
Yeah.
Where?
On television.
Okay, but you'd have to meet me halfway here and say that television is second-hand information. It's not your own eyes,
though. You cannot expect human eyes to see that distance.
to see a curvature when the area is vast. The human eye isn't meant to do that.
Well, you're talking about science and maths. If you do the mathematical equations of
which is a much better eye, it will show you the curvature.
Well, if you use the calculation of the curvature of the Earth, you will see that you do need to see evidence of curvature.
Okay, you answer me a question then. What shape's the sun?
Well, to me, I look at a light source, a heat source, and I don't know what shape it is.
You don't?
It's round to me.
It's round.
Yeah.
That tells you the story.
Well, but you.
Yeah, there you go.
Brilliant.
I get sad when that happens, actually. I get sad for my human friends, shall I call them, or brothers, as Dave calls them.
Human counterparts.
I get really sad, you know, that they want to win
There you go.
that argument.
Well said, Harry.
Discussing the validity of their belief or their theories.
Yeah. I think we'll leave it there. And I think Harry ended on a good point there, because it is a human counterpart. And when someone walks away like that, it does. I felt it when he walked away, because I was like, wow, it's just not happening, is it? It's just not. That's when you realize how deep ingrained indoctrination is, right?
Can I ask the chat, you guys in the chat? I'm just curious. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think? Open-mindedness. Can you put your numbers in there, please? Let you guys be the judges. At a scale of 1 to 10, how open-minded will you put him?
I'm gonna look now. I would say he's about a 2 in real life.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably, because I wouldn't be, not expecting. I'm not expecting silliness, like I would say 2 or 3, but 10. I mean, for me, getting involved in flat Earth, I think, I would have put myself in there at a 7 or something, a 6 or a 7. But a 10, are these people that deluded?
That's what I'm saying. We've had two brilliant examples there of people that have come in at a 10, and that is, I think that's the main key word there is delusional. Yeah. Delusional to think, but then again, is that part and parcel of the indoctrination, Jason, to get one to believe? Because I did believe, I believed I knew what was going on when I was asleep. I know it's the more, the more time I get under my belt of coming away from being asleep, as so to speak, the more I can see how delusional it was. It was utterly delusional to think I was living on a ball spinning through space at God knows what speed, with all of these horrendous things that could possibly happen. We're not. And now we're communicating with people that were at the stage we were at, because we were all there, weren't we? In the chat room, we were all there.
Well, no, I think I was probably a little bit worse than you guys. I've said this before. I have a little bit of respect for any of these guys that actually approach. But some of the approach the banners and have a conversation. But some of them aren't being genuine about it. They're almost trolling. They want to troll you, don't they? And but they're not really being open-minded enough to have a discussion, a debate. Me, I wouldn't so far as troll anyone, but I certainly would walk by. I wouldn't have engaged with any activist. I know that. I would certainly walk by, and I'm just quite lucky that I found flat Earth in my own time, in my own way, on the internet. But to come across and that, so I do accept that activism it isn't for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. It certainly wouldn't have worked for me. I would have ran a mile if I'd seen some of the activists that we've had, because we've had like nearly 20 activists with one setup, haven't we, in Leicester Square and what's it, Speaker's Corner, and that we've.
Speaker's Corner, but we know before that picture. We had about 50, I reckon, at Speaker's Corner at one point. I mean, it just goes to show when people are up for it, they can come out in their droves and speak about the truth until the cows come home. People were having to be forced down tools because it was dark It was like it's night time now, but there were still dozens of people to speak to. And that's the thing. You see people going past and you'll see people absorbing it for 3 seconds, but then you'll see people slowing down. And it is almost like on a shot. You know, when people are mulling around a toaster in Curry's and then they look up and they look for someone to serve them. It is a little bit like that. You see people at the banners and then they kind of look for you. It's like, well, come and talk to me, please. I think it would have taken, if I'd have come across activism like this when I was asleep, it probably would have taken me 2 or 3 times, but I would have eventually wanted to hear something. Would I have argued the toss? I suppose that's a $64,000 question. We'd have to get a time machine to go back and ask.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So in other words, would you have been that troll? You know, like that.
Would I? If it had been in my high street, if someone had been activating in Kingston and I'd gone to Kingston with Jess and I'd seen it before I was open to it, would my open-mindedness say I classed myself at a 4 because I know about 9/11 and I'm open to a lot of things that are, you know, fake news, the rest of it. Would I? Don't know. I don't know how many people in the chat room.
See, I don't think you would have. Because you just said to me that, you know, like, because you'd already been involved. I
think I would have been a successful sell. I think I would have been sold a red pill and I would have walked off and looked into it.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, like if you've already done 9/11 and things, I think you would have done. I wasn't quite there yet. I think, you know, like, oh God, bloody, I still believed in the moon landings, for God's sake. You know, like I was still a Star Trek fan. Yeah, so I would have been a very hard sell. I would have.
I want to give a shout out, Jason, to everyone that's tuned in to us this evening, because this is not really how it was supposed to go. We were supposed to have Jason and Chris on.
Jason is on.
Yeah, sorry, Harry and Chris. But I've wonderfully got you in their place. The boys are really, really tired, so we've given them some time to rest so that they can wake up tomorrow bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. But I want to give a shout out to the chat room. There's a lot of people in the chat room. I want to give a shout out to John Thor. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Amanda Effie, you, Stephen Watson, No One's Flower, Nora, hi my darling, AJM, Marilyn Spirit Level, and My View 1875, Richie BFE. Try not to repeat myself with names. Zenith ABC Deadlock, thank you very much for tuning in. Tom Budas, Jane of Torquay, thank you so much for tuning in. GoPro Flat Earth UK Dark, thank you for tuning in. Keon, thank you for tuning in. And I've been looking at the chat room off and on as we've been going through, and there's been a lot of interesting back and forths inside the chat room about what we've been showing. A lot of you had your opinions on what you've seen this evening, and that means a lot to me that you guys have an opinion on this. The whole point about this tour is to get people to question what they've been taught and not just accept everything that's been taught to them. So far, I think we've broken the back of this tour. We're halfway through the tour. Harry's on his way back down into England. He'll be in England.
Cough.
Mm.
Coughing again. Cough.
Me?
Yeah, look at the chat. Cough. He's coughing.
Who? Oh, okay. I'm so sorry, Mark Sargent. I'm sorry. See, I've done it. I'm not professional. Massive love to you for tuning in and for taking the time out to be with us this evening. Cough. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. See, I'm through the chat room thinking I'm thinking I'm on it tonight. I'm on it. I'm really on it. I'm trying to get everyone's name out there. Jonathan Doherty, thank you for tuning in. Nathan needs to apologize. Thank you for tuning in. G knows best. Thank you for tuning in. And honestly, guys, if there's anyone's name I've missed out, I really don't mean to. I just want to shout out all of you. And as I said, you guys have had some excellent input in this chat room. Me and Jason have got some great news. No, Nathan, I'm not with child. I'm not up the duff. Me and Raymond have not been busy like that. I'm not trying to bring any more kids to this reality right about now. I've got one of each, and that is plenty for me right about now. So no, Nathan, sorry to disappoint. I'm not with child. Me and Jason have got some news to share about the UK tour. We're sharing this news on behalf of everyone that's involved behind the scenes of keeping this organised, shall we say, keeping it organised. I'm wondering, and I don't want to put you on the spot, Jason, only because the guys have been driving a lot this evening, and I had planned to try and give people a little bit of a breakdown about the donations that we've received over the last few days and the outgoings that we've had to have over the last few days. I know we've had a payment for the vehicle that's come out. Well, it's got to come out within the next day or so, hasn't it? We've got to pay for the vehicle.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, the boys have driven from John O'Groats, and they're maintaining their way towards the border. I don't actually, off the top of my head, have mileage to hand, because we've had to just go with the flow this evening. The boys have got to travel at the mile an hour that they're travelling at. We've got to try and keep our overheads at a certain level. Obviously, that we don't want to squander money on fuel unnecessarily. So to publicly say this, we're not driving over 50 miles an hour. So the boys are not getting to where they need to get incredibly quickly. So yeah, we're having to work with timescales. So that has affected this evening with the boys being live with us. And I was hoping to do a breakdown of the because we're trying to be as transparent with you as possible. And we said that from the get-go, that we want full transparency, but we want to keep updating you with what's going on so that you're well clued up as to where we're at financially. So far, so good. We do need people to carry on donating. We've got over 20 or over 17 locations, I think, left to do. We've got some excellent news to tell you tonight with an additional location that we've managed to squeeze in. We've pushed a couple of dates around the end of October, and we're going to disclose that to you guys this evening publicly. We had confirmation of it late this afternoon that we were going to be able to do this. And I want to give a massive shout out to the people, as I said, behind the scenes that are taking hours out of their personal time to try and ergonomically get these things set up, get venues booked, logistically work things out so that we're not, as I said, so that we're not squandering money. We're not trying to go up and down the country like this. I had a conversation with my partner and asked him for some financial backing for an idea that we all had, and I got his support as well. So there's a lot of people that are doing bits and pieces so that this can happen. I don't know whether I should say it or you should say it, Jason.
Well, I have. Well, you can tell them, but I've got the Google Calendar out with the actual dates, so you can let them know what we're about to do, and then I'll give them the rundown of what the new dates are.
Perfect. Right. So last Sunday of every month, right? I've always stated that I want to go last Sunday of every month. I was prohibited from going the last Sunday of September through circumstances that I couldn't control. However, I am determined to go on the 28th of October, which is the last Sunday of October's month. And I'm really proud to announce to you all that the GOFUNDME UK tour is officially going to be at Speaker's Corner on the 28th of October, with an array of people being involved in that personally. Yourself, Jason, Robin, Harry, hopefully Chris UK, Dave Mannell, hopefully, I don't know if he's still in the chat room. Ruben, shout out to you if you're in the chat room. I'm hoping that a few of us are going to be able to band together and make this happen. And what I mean by make this happen is we are going to need a few hands on deck. We've got a massive camper van to deal with, and we want to kind of take the camper van on a little trip around London and get the camper van in front of Parliament, get the camper van over London Bridge, over some of the most iconic locations in London where we have the densest tourism and eyes to look at it. The wonderful thing about London is that it's not a seaside resort. It's 24/7 tourism. There is no quiet season and busy season. There's people here 52 weeks of the year. So the GOFUNDME tour is going to be at Speaker's Corner on the 28th of October. I would urge any of you, no matter where you live in the UK, if you would like to make a pilgrimage to London to come to the UK GOFUNDME tour at Speaker's Corner, I would urge you, come one, come all. Yeah, all differences aside, this is for a much bigger cause than my personality or Jason's personality. If people are out there causing divisions or have been involved in divisions, let's just let bygones be bygones. Let's just all be bigger people than that. We've got a massive opportunity to make a massive indent in the wave of awareness for this massive truth. And everyone's got their journey with that. And, you know, this is everyone's tour. It's not just our tour. We're doing this on behalf of the truth, which is more than just us, more than just the people that are viewing this content right now. London's the capital city. We've got a few other bits and pieces that we'll announce on the day that will actually knock this out of the park. We're going to keep that quite quiet until the actual day of activism. But trust me on this one, guys, we've got a proper ace card up our sleeve on this occasion. So miss out is all I'm going to say on that one. No matter where you live in the country, we welcome you. Come one, come all. You know, we understand that not everyone's going to be everyone's cup of tea. We don't need everyone to be everyone's cup of tea. As we saw today in Inverness, actually, and this isn't about being everyone's cup of tea. You know, Harry did state that guy is there doing his own thing. He's not standing here with us for divisive reasons. He just wants to do his thing where he's doing it over there. It wasn't a divisive thing. And I think the more the merrier at Speaker's Corner, the more that we can line up along that fence and have like a corridor of truth, the better. So I would strongly advise you, if you're up for this in any way, shape or form, come on down to London on the 28th of October and be involved in a massive piece of activism that's going to go on in the capital city. We have had to revise some dates to do that. My partner has kindly offered to cover the fuel for the detour away from the tour for the 28th and back onto the tour the following day. There will be no delay. This is a literal adding London into the tour to not miss the opportunity of going to Speaker's Corner at the end of the month, as the end of the next month will be after the tour finishes. So if anyone wants any more details on that, please email jason@disbury.com, operationrealness@yahoo.com. Any other email addresses you can think of there, Jason?
No, that's good enough, that one. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Jason, if you could now just give everyone a quick synopsis of the dates that are going around, because we actually haven't lost out on any locations. All the locations are still there. The dates have just changed slightly.
Yeah, I'll run through the dates as of tomorrow. So we're in Aberdeen tomorrow. So that's the 10th tomorrow. No, that's. Oh. Have I spotted a? Oh no, sorry, it's 12:30 now. Jesus, I just had a heart attack then. You know what? I just seen there. I thought, oh my God, am I a whole day out? No, it's 12:30. Yeah, so it's the 10th today, I should say, Aberdeen, and then we're into Perth. That's on the 11th. Stirling 12th, Newcastle, and then the following day Middlesbrough. Following day Scarborough, then Hull. Then York is the 17th. Leeds is the 18th. 19th, which is Huddersfield. You may get to see me on the 18th or 19th. Not sure. I'll be joining the tour one of them days. But Roxanne's joining the tour on the 19th. That'll be at Huddersfield. And then on the 20th is Doncaster. The 21st is Stoke-on-Trent. 22nd is Nottingham, 23rd for Leicester, 24th is Cambridge. Cambridge, a really good one to watch. That's obviously we're going to be hitting the universities on the 24th. Definitely watch that one. And then on the next day, we're going to do two in one go, and this is where we've made up for the extra day. Chelmsford and Ipswich, they're only about an hour apart, so we're going to do. We're going to do them on the same day, Chelmsford and Ipswich. That's on the 25th. Oxford again on the 26th. Another university, which again, not to be missed. That's going to be quite a good watch, that one. 27th is Swindon, and then, as Roxanne says, on the 28th we're going to be doing Speaker's Corner. Speaker's Corner is, as Roxanne says, you really there's a few extra surprises that we're not mentioning. We don't want to give things away, but you've got to be there.
Even if you don't want to be active on the front line, even if you just want to come show your solidarity, observe, and not go back and forth with people. You've got carte blanche. You can come down, observe, come down, take part, come down, hand out leaflets to people that are interested in taking leaflets. We tend not to give leaflets to people that don't want them, because we feel that's a bit of a waste of a red pill, to be honest. There is enough people that ask for leaflets that, you know, many hands make light work, I'd say. And it's an experience. I'm sure you've seen on the live feeds from all of us, myself, yourself, even Dave Marsh has done content from there as well. There's a cafe there, there's fast food outlets, there's corner stores, you know, there's everything there at your fingertips. And as I said, if there's any further information or help I can aid and abet anybody with, for people that are traveling from quite far out of London, if you want advice on cheap places to stay in London, I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction for that. So by all means, email operationrealness@yahoo.com, jason@disbury.com, and we'll try and point everybody, you know, come one, come all. We want to be as inclusive as absolutely possible. This is everyone's truth. Everyone that pertains to know that they do not live on a spinning ball. This is your truth too. It's not just ours. And we really want to extend that arm out to you all. And you know, please feel welcome to come to Speaker's Corner and to speak your truth, and to have your opportunity to have a go at the trolls that you see on our live feeds and that are regulars. They think they've got us in a bag. As you can see, we've turned some people around that are regulars there. And there are some people that I think are just waiting for us to come back so they can have another go at us. So, you know, for those of you that have seen that content, if you want to get involved, come on down. The camper van's going to be there. As I said, the camper van's going to go on a route around London, be seen at the most iconic places. We want people to film. We want a flood of filming to happen. We want as many people putting live feeds on, making content and getting it out there, every media outlet, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever platform. Even if you're not there, share it on those platforms, get it out there. You know, even if you can't be there in person, there's a ton of other things that you can do from where you're at. Donate is one thing that you can do. Be in the chat rooms when we're live. That's another thing you can do. There's a ton of things that you can do. So the 28th of October, we're going to make it an all-dayer if we can. And get there from a reasonable time of day and push it to the limit. And as Jason said, we've got a few ace cards up our sleeves. The one thing I would really stress, though, to anyone that's coming is you'd kind of have to be okay with being filmed. We don't have to film you. If you don't want to be filmed by us, that's absolutely fine. But you'd find out within 5 minutes of being at Speaker's Corner that everyone's filming. If someone's not holding a camera, they're holding a phone. And if they're not holding a phone, they've got a GoPro strapped to their body somewhere. So either way, you're going to be filmed by somebody. So if you've got issues with being filmed, Speaker's Corner is probably not the place to go. And then, like I said, you can help in other ways. So they're the dates. That's the first bit of good news. Now we've got another bit of good news. The following weekend, so that's the weekend of the 28th, end of the month at Speaker's Corner, and that's on a Sunday. The following bit of news we have for you is on the following weekend, which is Saturday, the 3rd of November. Jason, I'm going to let you start this one. Go
okay. Well, before I do, when we finish on the 28th, the tour bus will go back and rejoin the existing tour dates, which will be Newport on the 29th, Bristol on the 30th, Bath on the 31st, and then Yeovil on the 1st of November, Weymouth on the 2nd, and then we're back in London for an end of tour. I'm not sure what to call it.
I loosely just now, while we're in this live, I'd call it some type of finale, because it's going to be the end of an 8-week culmination of over 50 locations, with a few hurdles in the way. You know, a few days it's parked up in a garage waiting to get fixed. You know, there's been a few hurdles along the way, but over 50 locations in 8 weeks. It's a culmination of a setting a precedent, as far as I'm concerned. Nothing ever like this has been done in this country or anywhere, for that fact, as far as I'm concerned. And it's going to be the first of many. And I want to stress that it's actually a celebration of completing this monumental task that we've taken upon ourselves to do. And like I said with Speaker's Corner, it's everyone's truth. And we really feel like it's worth celebrating. It's you know, it's massive. It's the whole of the UK, right from the most southerly tip of England, through Ireland, all the way to the top of England, back down on a non-stop activism tour.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't. It's not just that. Are we going to tell them all about the extra surprises for this?
No.
We're going to leave them.
This point is there is a documentary being made.
Yeah.
You are going to have to be okay with being on film. End of story. If you're going to come to these events and say you don't want to be filmed, I would say you're wasting your time right now. And I'd unhappily have to say to you at the door, you're probably already on film. Gutted. Are you sure you still? So at this point, I think all we'll say at this point is that you'll be filmed on multiple levels and probably put on local news. Okay. That's all I'm willing to say on that. You're probably going to end up on local news. Whether it's going to be live or not, it's another story, but it's going on local news. There we go. You heard it here first. So yeah, don't come if you don't want to be filmed, because I think you're flogging a dead horse if you do that.
So there's more details to follow on that one. We're going to leave you guys in suspense on that one.
In London, it's right beside a tube station. There's not going to be any issues with getting access to this location. And the main thing that we want to stress to you is it's not going to cost you anything to enter it or to go to it. It's a completely free event for you to come to. We will be doing a slight open mic scenario with multiple people filming. I think I'll say it like that just now. With somewhat of a presentation. I think we'll put it like that. I think I'm being a little bit, this is just level 1 of us telling you about it, guys. So can I say we'll do a slow release, Jason?
Yes,
a slow release. We're doing a slow release. So the information you have right now is the 28th of October, Speaker's Corner, Globe Live Tour camper van's going to be there. Myself, Jason, Dave Mennell, Harry, hopefully Chris UK is going to be there. Hopefully Robin's going to be there. And hopefully Ruben's going to be there. And hopefully a good few other people are going to be there. So come one, come all is the perfect opportunity to get out and speak to people that are in a place that want to be spoken to. Speaker's Corner is like a department store of all, you know, alternative conversations. So everyone that's there wants to have a conversation about something, whether it's chemtrails, whether it's vaccines, whether it's factory farming, whether it's veganism, whether it's flat earth, whether it's religion based, you know, you name it, there's conversations going on there about it. So come one, come all. And the 3rd of November, the information you now have is that there is an end of tour finale event happening in London. We're actually tossing and turning between 2 or 3 locations at the moment that are within a few miles of each other anyway. So either way, it's going to be in the centre of London. It's going to be a free to enter event. You're going to have an opportunity to meet everybody that was on the tour, have conversations with them. You're going to have an opportunity to be filmed yourself, possibly live on mainstream TV. And yeah, it's come one, come all. Let bygones be bygones. The situation's bigger than us all. The truth's bigger than us all. So if you want to be involved, you're more than welcome to be involved, no matter who you are. No one is on the list of people that are not allowed in. I mean, obviously, globetards that want to go and be violent, obviously, yeah, I don't know if I'm okay with that, Jason. But if you know you're not living on a spinning ball, you're welcome. I think that is it in a nutshell. If you know you're not living on a spinning ball, come one, come all. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. And I mean that. I genuinely mean that. This is massive. This has been done in the whole of the UK. So if you know you're not on a spinning ball and you want to come down to London, 3rd of November, end of tour finale, come and be a part of it. Come and have your say. And let's get this done.
Yeah, good.
Everybody.
Yeah, well said.
Perfect. So Harry's going to be live tomorrow in Aberdeen. Click Harry's channel. It's in the description. Hit the notification bell. Harry's probably going to be live between midday and 3 o'clock. Weather pending, though, it might be a bit earlier. So don't quote me on that. So try and keep you, even if you have clicked the bell, try and keep your eye on things, because I don't get notifications and my bell's clicked on Harry's channel. And I missed the start of it because there's no notification. So great. Again, I want to give a massive shout to everyone in the chat room. Flat Plain Oregon, Ricardo, thank you so much for tuning in. Nigel Bennett, thank you very much for tuning in. And to everyone I've previously mentioned, you, AJM, Richie B, FE, everyone that's there. Wow, no one's flower, you're still there as well. Thank you, my darling, for staying tuned in and being with us all the way to the end. John Thor, you too, my darling, thank you for being here. Stephen Watson, thank you very much for being here with us. And to everybody else that's been with us this evening, thanks so much for taking the time out of your evening. We're on much later than we planned. Me and Jason actually only planned to come on for 15 minutes. I think we were kidding ourselves on with that, Jason. That was a joke in its own right. We'll go on for 15 minutes. We'll give everyone a synopsis of what's happening because we felt bad that Harry and Chris weren't here. So we just thought there's no way we're going to be able to fill up more than 15 minutes. We'll just give everyone a breakdown of what's going on. And here's us 15,000 words later and however longer later. So massive thanks for you being patient with us and going through it with us this evening. As you heard Jason saying, me and Jason are going to be on the tour nearer the 20th of October. And the tour's rolling into London for the 28th. For anyone that's got any questions, I'm going to try and go through those questions and get the answers because they're that far back in the chat. I'm not sure. I think someone asked it. Are we going anywhere near Liverpool?
Is it not like Stoke-on-Trent or Leeds or somewhere? I think it's about the closest we're going. I mean, if there is any dates, go on.
Real quick, if anyone's got any questions, just quickly get them in the chat room just now because we're wrapping up. But if you do have any questions that I've missed, just flash them up in that chat room now and I'll try and get them answered for you. Go on, Jason.
I was just going to say, sorry, if anyone's got any ideas for locations and that, yeah, we only had so many days in this first UK tour. This isn't the only UK tour that's going to happen. We've been discussing about this. There will be a UK tour number 2. We'll get that started as soon as we possibly can. This doesn't stop, you know, like what's it? Just because Christmas and all that. We're as soon as we can get the next one off the ground, we'll be putting up the next lot of dates.
Someone's asking if we can go to Bolton. Nowhere in the northwest.
Yeah, I think what we'll have to do is we might be just doing. We'll probably do the other side of England, you know, like because we've done one side really, haven't we? And it's only because we've done Liverpool, we've done Manchester, we've done Birmingham in the past. You know, that's why we decided not to do it again this time. But the next tour, yeah, definitely on the cards. We'll fill in all the places that we never got to.
Awesome. And Nigel, yeah, Victor, he is a topic of discussion for us at the moment. Victor's not in the country, so we're hopefully going to get a recording from Victor to play at the finale event at the end of the tour, alongside other people that are not going to be able to be there in person because of distance. So watch this space with that one. And we're all waiting for the US tour, LOL.
Yeah, I am too.
Space Centre, Leicester. Yeah, Polaris House, North Star Avenue. Watch the space on that one. Yeah. You'll be updated closer to the time of going to Leicester. But yeah, watch this space. I'm on a mission with the British Space Agency, an absolute mission. So yeah, as for questions, I think I pretty much covered it there.
I've got one thing to say. Yeah, I seen before. Ute has just given me a good looks upgrade. I think. What's it? Everybody in the past has always said that I look like Steve McGarrett at Hawaii 5-0, and I think I've just had an upgrade to Rutger Hauer. Now, as long as you're referring to I had to remind myself who he was. Now, as long as you're referring to a younger Rutger Hauer, then great, we're buddies. You know, good looking chap.
Nice with the compliments there. and like I said, a massive shout to everyone in the chat room, especially Marilyn Wisby. Hello, my darling. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you for tuning in. And Francis Hill, Public Science Research. You know anyone doing this in the USA? hopefully there will be someone doing this soon in the USA. I'm hoping a collaborative of people could be doing this soon. I know that D Marble and a few other people were talking about the possibility of doing that. And I know that Flat Earth Fokker was talking about the 11th of May. Am I right? There's a simultaneous meetup that's going on the 11th of May, if I'm right. So there is a few things to watch out. Keep your ears to the ground in America, because there's a few rumbles across states with people wanting to get out there and do more on the streets. Marilyn's doing big bits in the USA. Marilyn, Spirit Level, big shout out and massive respect to you for doing everything that you're doing. So yeah, hopefully you're going to see a lot more things happening in the States than you are. So just now, in fact, Flat Earth Dude was just telling us on Sun and Moon that he's going out there and broadcasting on Poncho Pete's channel an interview. So they're getting out there. Flat Earth Dude's out there in California, getting out there onto the streets as well. So there's a lot of people getting out on the streets. As far as a tour's concerned, watch this space as far as that's concerned. So yeah, again, massive shout to everyone that's been with us this evening. This has been an update of the UCLA Global Tour. An additional date for Speaker's Corner. A venue is going to be booked for the end of tour finale. And come one, come all, you're all invited. Let bygones be bygones. You know, if people have got their differences, that's fair enough. But this truth's bigger than all of us. So you're all invited. No one's on the not coming in list. So please share that. Make everybody aware of that. Pass the word on. Get the word out there in the chat rooms. Let everybody know that they're invited to Speaker's Corner and to the end finale, which will be in the centre of London as well. So that's Sunday the 28th and the following Saturday the 3rd. And tomorrow Harry will be live, and hopefully the boys will tune in with me in the evening and give you an update again on the following day's proceeding, and maybe a little bit more information about what we spoke about today. You never know. You never know. All right, Jason, massive respect to you for doing this, my darling, and coming up with me as well. I know you've got a lot on your plate, and I know everyone sends you hugs and big respect in the chat room for you as well. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. And to everyone in the chat, we're going to wrap it up now. And you'll see me again tomorrow evening. And you'll see Harry on the live stream tomorrow. I urge you all, if you're free, tune in. You know, even if you have to put the headphones in, it's riveting stuff. You're getting to see the interactions as they're happening. But I will try and do possibly, again, a little match of the day style thing for those that have missed out, and maybe keep the clips a little bit shorter tomorrow. But we really wanted to convey the interactions that had happened today, because I thought they were brilliant. I thought all of them were brilliant. So yeah, we'll wrap it up for now, and we shall see you all tomorrow. So massive love. Take care. Bye.